I'm super excited to welcome John Teasley to the show. He's just hit it out of the ballpark with wash and fold and pickup and delivery. He's situated over in San Diego. His laundromat and laundry service is fresh and clean, and they've just done a tremendous job growing their business. He's grown his business by 24 times in just 4 years in wash and fold and pickup and deliveries. I'm excited to see how he's grown his business. Very thankful he's using Curbside Laundries to help him run his business. But he's done so much in terms of getting new customers, retaining the customers, doing a great job for his customers, and excited to hear more from John. And welcome to the show.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate the service you're offering to the entire laundry business community. It's really helped the industry as a whole come a long way.
We're just so passionate about it. When we first got started with pickup and delivery, we were trying to tell the whole world about it. And we had some people reach out to me privately and say, hey, you don't have to tell everybody. But, the fact is people would have figured it out. So it's just important, when you see a wave coming, you either take the wave or you let it pass and say, oh, I could have rode that wave. And you got in there pretty early with pickup and delivery. But kind of taking a step back, how did you get into the laundry business in the first place?
I spent over 20 years in corporate finance, corporate America, finance background, managing operational budgets, getting involved in mergers and acquisitions. So I come from that background, and it was a great experience. It was very rewarding and had lots of opportunities to meet great people. But I did always have that itch to be my own boss and to be an entrepreneur, maybe a little bit cautious in some ways. I didn't want to jump into that right away. So I saw the laundry business as a great way to sort of ease into that. So I bought my first store back in 2016 while I was still working. So it was a side business, and I felt like I could manage it and was able to manage it while still working full time. And then it wasn't until 2019 that I jumped in full time after I saw I can do this. It's been a great ride. I love the autonomy. It has so many aspects that are appealing to me the deeper I've gotten into it.
Oh, that's fascinating. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to that. I mean, number one, the entrepreneurial itch, in a sense, and you're obviously building your own wealth this way, your own business, versus going from working for the paycheck to working to increase, family and generational wealth. And then the other part, my dad worked at McDonnell Douglas, and he was also doing real estate on the side. And then my grandfather said to him, you ought to just do real estate full time. You're doing pretty well in it. So is that what happened in 2019?
Yeah, and I actually got involved in real estate before the laundry business. And another one of the reasons why I like the laundry business is the cash flow it generates. Much higher cash flow than real estate. I mean, real estate has great potential and appreciation. You can do really well there, but I liked the higher cash flow per dollar invested. As we were gaining traction and getting deeper into it, I felt like, okay, I'm ready to cut the umbilical cord and then be an entrepreneur full time.
When you first started, were you doing wash and fold first and then you did pickup and delivery?
Yeah, so the first store we purchased in 2016 did have a drop-off service in place. They were probably doing a couple $100 a month, so it was very, very little. No pickup and delivery. So we started with the drop-off service for the first couple of years, especially, once you go into pickup and delivery, it's a different beast. It's almost like a different business. We went into pickup and delivery around 2019. We decided, okay, let's get into pickup and delivery.
Now you're doing about 100 pickup and deliveries a day. And this is also San Diego. And something interesting about San Diego, I'm going to show a map right now showing just how many, these are Curbside Laundries clients who are doing pickup and delivery in the San Diego area. And we see the same thing in major cities. And it turns out those are the places where people are also doing the best because people know about pickup and delivery. You don't have to convince them to do it. How do you feel the amount of business that's out there? Is it more than you could do? Is there just plenty to go around?
This is just our personal experience. And the residential side grew early on and it grew pretty rapidly and it's still growing. But where we've seen the real growth is in significant growth is in the commercial side, doing commercial laundry. I would say that, as new competitors have entered in the market, it takes a little bit more sophistication and a little bit more effort. My mindset is I'm always looking for ways to grow more. We're doing great. We've got a lot of business, but I want to keep that going.
At our laundromat, Super Suds, we're about 75% residential and about 25% commercial. The nice part about residential, we consider that the bread and butter. They kind of help themselves. They go to the website, they place an order, and we're not really involved in the sales process. They just place their own orders. When you do get into commercial, there's a higher skill set involved because you've got to know what you're talking about. They're going to be asking about pricing, price per item, price per pound, and you got to close the deal. That's one question is you get these commercial leads, who answers your phone?
Right now, I'm really the primary point of contact on the commercial accounts, at least for the initial setup, initial contact. I'm doing the initial sales efforts and getting them set up, and they've got my contact information as well. I do try to transition them to my team. I've got a manager, I've got an assistant manager. Once we get in a rhythm, as long as you do a good job, there's actually not a lot of phone calls going on. It's typically a weekly recurring business, and just do the job as they've requested. There's usually not a lot of interaction.
I've seen it where we've done a really good job for different people's websites for Wash and Fold and helping them get commercial accounts. So then it's got the keywords on that. And I've seen it where initially, when they get the initial phone calls, they're not able to close them. But then over time, they get better and better at it. What was your learning curve like in terms of being able to close them?
It was a little bit newer for me, so I was kind of learning on the job, while you're flying the plane. But commercial accounts are just like individuals in many ways, right? They need their needs met. Understanding, listening to them, understanding what are your needs, and making sure that you can deliver on those needs. And if there's an instance that you can't, then you can't. But really giving them the assurance that if you believe that you can, then that you can do that, showing that confidence. And then I think also we offer 100% guarantee, no questions asked, if they're not happy with the service. And I think that just builds their comfort with you. If you can say, hey, look, we're going to take care of you. I'm going to be here for you. They like working with small businesses. They like to be able to have that interaction with the owner as opposed to an answering phone tree or something like that. If you can convince them that you're going to take care of them. The other thing we like to do is I'll do the first order for free. We'll give them a free trial for commercial accounts. We've got one today where it's a catering company. We're doing their first pickup. I said, we'll do it for you for free, make sure we can do it right, get it dialed in for you. And he was extremely appreciative of that. He said, that's the way to do business.
Your pickup and delivery revenue is grown by 19 times in just 3 years. So 19 times in 3 years. I mean, nobody else in any other business is growing at that type of rate. So it's just so exciting to see this industry just being a shooting star. What's your secret with customer retention? What do you attribute those numbers to?
You guys are to credit for a good part of that.
In the next episode, John Teasley discusses what he attributes his success to. You won't want to miss it. And if you'd like to learn more about the Curbside Laundries pickup and delivery solution that helped John reach the next level, go to curbsidelaundries.com.